Oh boy, hello everyone. How are ya? Hope you're doing well. I like to talk a little bit before getting into things just because, my PS4 says it's recording and it's going, but I know that there's a time delay. So, that being said, it's Tracer's console button mapping guide. Uh, I have been really getting into her lately. Um, Tracer, if you don't know, she is Overwatch's mascot. This is her. She likes to say, "Cheers, love, the cavalry's here." Um, she's easy to learn and understand, but she's hard to master. And fun fact about her, she has no hard counter, which is really amazing. So if you want to talk about hard counters, like Winston is a hard counter to Symmetra. Pharah is a hard counter to Torbjorn. And so some heroes are just plain better than other heroes. But if you're good enough with Tracer, there's really no hard counter to her. Too long didn't read. Put your jump on L2 slash left trigger. Blink on L1 slash left bumper. Put a recall on R1 or right bumper. Pistols on your standard R2 and right trigger. Alternatively, you could put melee on your R1 slash RB, and then put your recall on your X or A button if you're on Xbox One. So that's the too long didn't read version to her. There are a few different ways that you could do Tracer really well and really effectively. But let's go over her kit. First things first is her pulse pistols. These guys here. Oh, I thought I changed her reticle. Oh, I might have to change that back. Her pulse pistols. They do between 12 at max to 3 damage per shot. And note that when I'm saying a shot, it's 2 bullets. If you look at her clip there, it's out of 40. If you're able to press it just barely, and it's so hard to do, they will always get rid of 2 shots. One from each of her pistols. Fall off range starts at 10 meters, so 11 meters and more. The fall off is very real and very very detrimental. She has a 1 second unload time and a 1 1/4 second reload time. That seemed a lot more than one second. One locomotive, two. So anyway, it's like her reload and her unload time are about the same. So maybe it's about a 1 1/4 or 1.5 seconds. Her blink, that's going to be on L1 or left bumper. You will travel through space. You will teleport through space 7.5 meters. If you see those little arrows right under my green reticle there, those are her charges. And you see it just teleports her forward. See, with that I didn't even jump. I just used the teleport. Her next ability. Just kidding. So yeah, 3 charges, 3 seconds to recharge, 9 seconds for all of them. They say to always leave yourself 1 recharge. Don't just like zip zip zip. With the exception of maybe the beginning, if you're trying to get somewhere fast. If you're going to be encountering people, always leave a charge. That's what they say. Recall is on RB or R1, and it will return you to your previous location and health 3 seconds earlier, whichever is higher. So, in theory, if you start recall, so if you let's see. So if 3 seconds ago I had 1 HP and then I ran into a health pack, but then an enemy saw me and I had to recall out of there, I will have whichever health is greater. But normally it's like you'll be in a fight, they'll be shooting you, and then you'll hear her gasp, and then you'll push your recall, and then she will get all of that HP back. Yes, you return to your same location and health 3 seconds earlier. It has a 12-second cooldown, and it will give you 1 1/4 seconds of invisibility and invincibility. So to the enemy, you just disappear right before their eyes, and then they're just like looking for you. Um, and you will be where you were 3 seconds earlier. Let's take a look at an extreme version of this. So, 1 locomotive, 2 locomotive, 3 locomotive. And so we jumped off a cliff, and then we used recall, and we came all the way back. Her ult is a pulse bomb. It's just put it normal. Oh, actually, so it's on triangle or Y. I've also heard from really good tracers that you should put it on your L1, and you should put it, and they're saying you should put it on your L1 because you can aim it better. It actually has a very short range. In fact, we're gonna test the range here, and it is pitiful. Sorry, right on the line here. What's the range on it? 3-meter throw distance. So I'm gonna aim it like this. Throw it. Oh, look at that. It's able to go. That's actually pretty far, but for her anyway. But so 7 seconds, so 7 meters. But I'm throwing it. I'm aiming up into the air in order to throw it. If you just throw it straight, it goes right in front of you. It has the ability to kill you. If you are within its explosion range, it will take you out. So what a lot of people do is they'll run up, they'll push triangle this close to them so it sticks on them, so it can stick them, and then they'll recall immediately thereafter, so that way it pulls them out of the range, and it also makes you invincible because it has a 1-second fuse, and remember your recall has 1.25 seconds of invincibility, so you could be right next to it, and as long as you're in your recall, you won't explode. It does 400 explosion damage as well. And it actually charges up pretty quickly, so you, especially if you're whopping on people, you can get 3, 4, 5 charges of this in a game. Really good. When it comes to her reticle and her controls, so her controls, Tracer, because she's so mobile, you really are the juke queen. These here, these are just pitiful. But if I go any higher, my aim really starts to suffer. But really, you should be having these on 100 if you can. If you can't be effective though, then by all means, don't do it. Reticle. I've been told that there should be like little crosshairs without bloom, and for them to be about that size right here, just so that way you can. So that way you can be on. You focus your aim better. You focus your aim better. Something else I've been told is that in order to practice with her, you should practice tracking. So as you strafe, tracking your enemy like this, but then use your blink. So like look at them, blink, and then look at them some more, blink, try to look at them again. So just keep blinking and sort of predict, especially as you're strafing back and forth, where they are, so that way you can so that way you can compensate. So if you get good at that, very clearly I'm not the best at it, but if you get good at tracking, then your tactics sort of look like being they see you, you go the other way, and then you're instantly back on them. Anyway, and then let's do the stick real quick here. So we'll go. There it is. So anyway, and that's how a stick works. So that's Tracer. She's small, she's nimble, she has the lowest health of anybody, but probably the best mobility of everyone. And the ability to juke through an enemy's space, get them while their back is turned, that is important. And that's why having your sensitivity up is really important. I've also heard people say put blink on left stick, so that way you're like going one way and you blink. I've heard that as well. There's a few different ways to play her, but anyway, what I've provided is at least better than her default. Her default could use a little bit of work. But anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching, and have fun out there.